All right. Hello, everybody. Got to move it down to this screen so I can see. Hello, everybody. Ah, woohoo! Success. Hopefully, my mic's working. It looks like it is. Hopefully, it sounds better. I'm using my brand new mic today. It's called Pyle, Pyle. So hopefully it sounds better than the microphone on the 920 camera. Today I'm running through my laptop. Um, let's see, my Wednesday broadcast where I do my art. I'm going to be switching over from my laptop. I'm kind of transitioning from my laptop over to my new PC. So I'm going to attempt to go over to there, and I'm not sure if I'm running through just the camera or if I might. I downloaded a new version of OBS, so I might try attempt to broadcast through that one, but we'll see. That's all on Wednesday. So, anyways, welcome to today's video. I hope you guys have sound. You can use the chat and say yes or no. It looks like it's working on my end, so where the camera doesn't move at all, this one actually shows some movement in the sound button at the bottom. So today's practice is going to be focused on the inner thighs, but I just want to do like a gentle warm up stretching before I get going. You guys all know how important it is to keep stretching. So I'm going to start with just my neck and my sides. I always get so so tight in my neck and my shoulders. I spent the weekend doing editing for my Patreon, getting ready for the month of December. So doing uploads and uh, making sure I've got content for for the for my tears. The more tears I get, of course, the more content I need. I'm making more work for myself. But I enjoy it. So, all right, deep stretch. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, if you can't bring your arm all the way up, and over, like I have troubles with this shoulder. Like sometimes it actually pops out of the socket. Sometimes like dislocates. It's not a pleasant thing. Like, if anybody's ever experienced it, it's not fun. So if you can't go all the way over, when you start, just bring your arm up like this, very slowly. Even if you have like, some people they all can't bring my arm up. I have like torn ligaments and stuff. But if you have to start doing it a little bit. You can also do some little circles. And then I recommend, and you always switch direction. See how I feel right there on that when I come forward. You just kind of feel where it's not working, freely, kind of like boxy area there. That's where you want to focus your breathing into. All right, so stretching out. And now we're going to look down. And back up. Down. Back up. Down. And when you come up, open your chest up, let your shoulder blade come back. And I like to just, sit in the pose for a bit. You're also pushing your hip down to the floor. And slowly come up. You're gonna feel it when you come up because it's such a deep stretch. Like, ah. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna feel, you're gonna be like, oh jeez. Alright, let's do a little bit of shoulder circles here. Get that movement a little bit before we stretch down the other side. Let's just bring your arms up. This one is so important, your shoulders. You got to keep them moving because we sit all hunched over, I know you guys probably hear me say it a million times, but it is so important. So important. You guys have to do it. Okay? We just don't use our arms. Like when we're kids, we're running around, we're jumping, we're climbing up trees. When we get older, we're just stand in one spot and work. So it's important to get those arms up. All right, we're gonna lower down. Same thing on the other side. And this is where you're gonna feel it right in that hip joint. You're gonna be like, wow. And I realized I was so tight. Now remember, if you can't bring your arm up all the way, just go a little bit. And let's do some circles. Lower down. When you come up, push that shoulder back and push your chest forward. And slow. Okay. So let's do a little bit of center core here. Just going through the center till you get that back moving. You can feel like until it starts moving, you're going to be stiff and sore. But I promise you, if you keep doing these, You're just gonna open up one day and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can move without, without hurting. So just, you shouldn't have any pain. You might feel a couple of twinges, but as long as there's no pain, sharp shooting pain is bad. If you're experiencing that, definitely do not proceed and switch direction. Now, as I switch direction, I got a little cracking on my left hip. Deep breaths in and out. Hopefully you're trying this with me. It's so important to just, move your body. All right, let's go forward and backwards. So push your spine back, deep breath in. Couple breaths. Now slowly come forward, inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push those shoulder blades together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you come forward, you can push your chin forward. You're going to stretch all through here. I know it looks funny. Pretend you're giving me kisses. But what it's doing is just stretching out under here. And that gets really tight because when we sleep at night, depending on how you lay, if you lay on your stomach, you're pushing your jaw this way. Okay, if you lay on your back, your jaw falls back. So there's no way around it. But if you pull it out, if you're realigning your jaw, and it gets really tight in there, if you feel it's kind of tender. So just by pushing your jaw up, you're stretching out all under here. Some people get like if you cough a lot and you don't know why, that can be one of the reasons. It's just that it's got all those muscles in there get tight because of how we sleep at night. So coming forward, pushing it up and back. And when you go back, really push your chin down to your chest. You're really stretching on the back of that neck. All right. Now put your hands on your shoulders. As long as you don't have any kind of spine problems, you should be able to rotate left and right very gently. Inhale. Exhale. And what this does, it works the thoracic spine, which is right in between your shoulder blades. And it's very important to work that area just to keep it mobile. So the thoracic spine, remember that. Deep breath in and out. All right, now we're going to reach up to the sky. Deep breath in, head back. Look up to the ceiling. And stretch your arms up. Exhale out. Deep breath in. And now you're just going to lean forward. And just go as far as you can. If you can only go here, just hang here. If you can come down farther. And slowly come up. And then you want to switch which leg is in the front. Right? And do the same thing. And you really want to focus on just relaxing your hip joints here. And slowly come up. Okay? Now, the focus today is going to be on the hip joint, so I want to just warm up my hips a little bit. So we're just going to sit with your knee 90 degrees at the front, 90 degrees to the side. We're just going to lift that back leg up, starting to work the hip joint. Twelve. And now let's switch sides. Wow. All right, let's go back to this side. And we're just going to kind of lay down a little bit on your elbow. And you're just going to lift this leg up. So your toes are pointed, your foot is flexed. And we're just lifting up. And just warming up that hip joint. Okay, 12. Now we're going to bring the leg into the front. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lower it down. Now I'm going to swing it back and forth like a pendulum. Just warming up that hip joint. and 12. And lower it down. And it's going to be a little bit warm in there. You're just warming up those muscles. Now I'm just going to sit up before I switch to the other side. Just going to sit up and just allow that hip joint to stretch out. Reach down the leg. And slowly come up. And now we're going to switch sides. So down on your elbow. And going to lift your leg up. Foot flexed. Last one, 12. And then bring to the front. Same thing. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now we're going to pendulum swing. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And hold it and come up. Now, I hope you guys are trying this. Let me know in your comments if you are seeing any difference. If you do the hip work, I promise your hip pain will go away. I see this old guy walking. I saw him yesterday. I want to just stop him and just ask him if he does any kind of hip rotation or can see he's in so much pain. I feel bad for him. I don't know if it's his hips or his lower back, but I don't know if he speaks English. He's Mexican, so I don't know if he speaks English or not. Anyways, I always feel bad when I see people in pain. No, because I lived in pain for a year. I know he's been living in pain for at least 2 years. All right. So I'm happy with my progress. I've really noticed a big change in my stretching. And I'm still, it just takes time. We just have to keep doing it. And I'm excited for this next year, 2020. Can you believe it already? Anyways, my Patreon content is going to start changing. because the stuff you guys are seeing now is stuff that I did before. So it's my old content where I was just learning to get flexible. And as you can see, now I'm getting more flexible. So everything's going to start changing. You guys are going to hopefully enjoy it more. Now be very careful with this one. When you stretch this way, you're going to feel it on your knee. And that's just your inner thigh. So if you're feeling it on your inner thigh, just don't stretch as deeply, or come out of it. Um, you might want to. I feel it more on my left knee than my right knee. You can just rotate very gently back and forth, and you can also just massage the knee, those tendons. You can massage all along the tendon, but definitely do the knee a little bit. And you can put some of the peppermint essential oil. It stretches out right back here where it's stretching. And that's just because they've shortened, because they don't have the flexibility, range of motion in there. So it's normal that it's going to get a little bit sore. So we're going to stretch it, massage it a little bit. Just that one I'm feeling on. All right. So before I proceed to, going on my cushions, I want to stretch out my IT bands and my inner thighs and just get a little more flexibility. So I'm going to use this strap. I love the yoga strap, you guys. I highly recommend it. You don't need it, but I like it because you have more control over your leg. So you can use a towel or, a pair of pants, a shirt, t-shirt. But I like the strap just because I can hold on to it, stretch out that back muscle, hamstring, and just very gently windshield wiper them back and forth. And I like to stretch out the hamstring before I start to do my circles, just because that's probably the tightest area is that hamstring. And if you don't do the down dog or sit on the floor and stretch forward, this is a good way to do it. Run them very gently, windshield wiper. I don't even count when I do these. I just do them until I feel it open up in there. Some people count and do like 8 or 12, which you can do, but I just do it till I start to feel a little more flexible, and then I just go with it. Give it a little more leash, as they say, and just let it. This is just getting that mobility in there, warming it up. All right, now I'm going to do some small circles. 1, and reverse. And reverse, and we're going to go bigger now. So all the way down. And you see, just holding on to that strap, you can get full range of motion without having to worry about anything grinding or popping out because you can control what you're doing. And we're going to switch direction. And I get more grinding in this hip joint when I switch direction. Okay, now we're going to lower down to the floor. Open up that inner thigh. Deep breaths. Wherever you are, just hold that leg and just let gravity slowly. You got to allow it to relax. So just just allow your body to sink into the floor. Okay, when you're ready, lift it up. You're going to stretch out that IT band. So deep breath in. Extend your opposite arm to hold you down. So you don't want to try to roll over. Try to keep your hips on the floor. A small adjustment on my right hip. Keep your shoulders on the floor. And just let all the tension out. Deep breath. Relax. And slowly come up, and now we're going to switch legs. So hamstring up, stretch that hamstring. And slowly windshield wiper. Now do the small circles. And reverse. And reverse, and let's go big. And reverse. All right, now we're going to lower down to the ground. And when you're ready, bring it up and over. Extend your arm out. You want to keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Deep breath in. And allow your hip to relax. Allow your back to relax. Nice deep exhale. Adjustment of my back. Foot on the ground. Sink into the floor. Now, if you can't get all the way down to the floor, don't worry about it. Just hang your leg. If you're up here, just stay here. You have to focus on allowing this area to relax. Just let it all relax. And it might take you, a couple of tries to do it, but eventually your body is just you're just going to let go and it's going to go, okay. I'm relaxing myself. I'm sinking into the floor. I'm just letting all that tension out of this area. Relax your legs. Relax your back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. And then slowly come up. Okay? Now I'm just going to bring the feet together and let the legs fall out. You may have to adjust your hips, push them up and then back down. And then slowly bring your legs together. Hug your knees. Then we're going to lower everything down to the left side. And a nice deep stretch in that back once more. And do the same on the other side. Come back to center. And slowly come up. I'm just going to drink my water. Okay. Now that I'm all stretched out, maybe let's do some hip circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we're going to just come down into frog pose. Here, let me show you from this side. So your knees are at 90-degree angle. And you want your hip in line with your knee. It's going to come forward. And then you just sit in this position. And just, you have to allow your hips to relax. So, and come forward and just allow your body to relax. This is a deep stretch for your inner thighs. Okay, can't see this as I'm relaxing. And as you relax your hip joints, your inner thighs, they slowly start to open. All right. And it does take quite a few practice to do this. I've been doing it for months, so you can see I'm very much improving. But I can't, so I can come up to my elbows slightly. But this is as far as I can go with this one. And the only way to get, deeper into it is just to lay in the pose and let your body stretch out. So I just keep practicing with it. You can also walk your elbows a little bit to the left. And to the right. And this is where you all of a sudden realize how tight you are in that area. It's your side meridians, your inner thighs, and your hips are all tight. And then come back to center, and then just lower back down. And then to get out of it, you'll need to just pull your knee in very slowly. And you're gonna really feel that because it's stretching out the inner thighs and the hip joints. You can kind of just, I'm not gonna lie, that one is, you really feel it on your inner thighs, so be careful not to damage your knees. I like to move my hips up and down, and then come up to cobra. Move one arm to the center and reach back and bring that leg up and stretch your quads. Now you can also use this strap to pull your leg up. And lower down, back to center. And then come up to tabletop. You just want to stretch out your back. So drop down and stretch in child's pose. Come up to tabletop. And so now I'm all stretched out, warmed up. Now I'm going to do my middle split stretch. And I'm using the cushions because I don't want to tear anything. And I'm using the blocks. I'll probably start with nothing in front and bring one to the other. All right. Then you come over the cushions. Bring your legs up. Slowly lower down. And you can see my flexibility is slowly coming. Ah. Before I couldn't even get like this, I was. And now you just breathe. So you just gotta allow your body to relax. Okay. Now I'm going to come up on one block. And what I'm slowly trying to do is get in an upright position. And there comes a point when you As you come up, you feel tight, so you have to really just close your mind. Deep breath in and breathe into that tight areas all across the hips, inner thighs. And just allow it to open up. And I'm going to stack the second block on. Again. And slowly lower down with one block. I'm trying to do 4 breaths with each pose and work my way up. It does take, some time. Back down to the floor. You kind of have to resist that urge to like pull out of it because it is pulling everything. And then to come out. Come down onto your elbows. Slowly bring your knees in. Slowly come up. And then bring the cushion out. All right. And I'm going to finish off with just some hip rotations. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can see why it's so important to warm up into the stretch because you're doing such deep stretching. You don't want to damage anything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And let's do one final stretch. Just legs out in front. Deep breath in. And slowly walk forward. You want to keep your feet up. Push your hamstrings down. And this is going to stretch out that lower back. I could also do ragdoll just for the sake of the camera where I can't stand up because it will cut me off half my body. So I'm doing this one. So nice deep breathing. And slowly come down. Just allow everything to relax. and slowly come up. And that's all I have for you today. I want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for staying for the whole time. And you know, you just gotta keep practicing. So as I proceed forward with 2020, my exercises, I want to kind of keep it kind of beginner too, just so that people will, you have to start. We're all beginners, and I'm still a beginner, even though I've been doing it for years. So, but I try to encourage everybody to just keep stretching, because if you don't do anything, your body just keeps seizing up. But if you can keep it moving, you know, that's the key to being flexible, is to just keep your body moving. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next Monday. Be sure to comment and let me know how the sound was, and just to say hi, so I know who's watching. Thank you. Keep stretching. I'll see you next video. See you next Monday.